Hello, good morning, or afternoon, or evening, or night, whenever you are watching or listening to this. Right, let's have a look at the astrology this weekend. Coming up, it is Friday the 13th. Wow, Friday the 13th of December. And we had a big political goings on in the UK yesterday, which I'm not going to get into. But I do want to say to any friends in UK who might be kind of ecstatic or very upset by what happened in the election, you just don't know what's going to happen in the future. And from a spiritual point of view, to my way of thinking, the spiritual influences are always in charge, and so we can be happy about that. Right, that's got that out of the way. Friday the 13th, the moon is in Cancer at this moment, and the moon is going to stay in Cancer in UK right through the weekend. It's going to be 3:56 a.m. Sunday morning here in UK when the moon actually enters Leo. On the Pacific coast of the States and Canada, 17:56 on Saturday, 4 minutes to 6 p.m. 4 minutes to 11 p.m. East side. Sunday 3:56 a.m. and I guess that makes it somewhere around 16:56 p.m. in New Zealand. I'm always guessing a bit when it comes to New Zealand. But Cancer Moon, emotions are kind of increased. People feel more vulnerable. People feel a bit more touchy. Some people want to hide away a bit. That can be quite a strong need. And a lot of us only really want to communicate with the people who are closest to us. Well, that's no bad thing because it's a fairly brief phase. So if you need to do that hermit thing, why not? Well, one reason why not, maybe, it's up to you, is that it's the weekend and it's a great time for networking and seeing people. So you've got to decide how you feel about that, basically. But we've got the Cancer Moon at this very moment. She's just waning off the full moon, 98.3%. So she's still round, she's still gibbous. And third quarter, when she's halfway down, is on the 19th of December. So that's a good week or so away. And that's going to be 4:57 a.m. GMT, 8 hours behind that Pacific, 5 hours behind that Eastern, 13 hours ahead of that in New Zealand. Right. So the rundown of things today. This moon is trine Mars at the moment, and that's actually a very positive alignment of Mars. It's great for action, initiative. People are more likely to be decisive, and if you can be decisive today, that is going to be very positive thing. Great time for doing constructive things, a great time for physical activity, and actually, even when Mars is in a negative alignment, it's really good to be constructive. It's the constructive project, it's the kind of ground any negativity that might be around us. But this is really quite a positive alignment. It's not always bad news with Mars. Mars is just rather scary at times. Mercury square Neptune, so communication's unclear. People aren't too clear about the boundaries as well, so do be careful you don't step on someone's tail. That is quite an important thing. Look out for tricksters as well. You know, people bring deceptions to the forefront when Mercury is square Neptune, and sometimes, you know, information gets lost, things collapse, communications collapse. It's always about communication with Mercury, one way or another. Venus conjunct Pluto, so in any kind of social situation, people are more likely to actually find agreement and move together and work together. And I'll just quickly mention that election result as well. It's actually people that put these things into practice, and it's how people network and how people help each other that really makes the difference. I've been in situations where I've been what you might call disadvantaged by politics, and friends have helped. You know, friends will always help, and it's a great thing to have friends. Remember that as Venus conjuncts Pluto. Mars trine Neptune today. Now that tends to enhance the nurturing side of things, and there is a very strong nurturing side of things in play when we've got a Cancer moon actually, so that is likely to be pretty good. It is, you know, that Mars trine Neptune thing, it is the last one of this year. Well, it would be because it's nearly the end of December, let's face it. But, you know, acting on beliefs, going along with your initiative, being decisive about things, that really does play into that nurturing side of things as well. So be aware of that as you're acting on your beliefs. Think of the, you know, the less well off, the disadvantaged, animals in animal shelters, people in hospitals, that kind of thing. It's so easy to forget what is out of sight, you know, it so very easily goes out of mind. But, you know, hang on to reality, because reality is absolutely everything you know, everything taken as a whole. So what else have we? Jupiter trine Uranus. New ideas could possibly come up. You know, it's a good time for positive new thinking, what you might call blue sky thinking, ideas that just seem to come out of a clear blue sky. And I'm happy to say, looking out my window, we've got a nice clear blue sky today for a change. So that's very positive, because it's been howling with wind and raining like I don't know what for the last few days here. All right, so as we go through the weekend, okay, Saturday 14th, well, as I was saying, the moon enters Leo, and that's 17:56 Pacific, 22:56 Eastern. Here in UK, it's not till Sunday morning. But still, a Leo moon can be very positive. It can be the other way a bit as well. But it is a good time for showing out. It's also a time when people will act out, and that's where the positive negative thing comes in. But if you really want to get your ideas across to somebody, or if you just want to kind of party and be out there enjoying yourself, Saturday the 14th, a great day for it. And I believe Sammy's travelling on the 14th, so good luck, Sammy. Right, Sunday the 15th, we'll still have, well, we will definitely have that Leo moon everywhere in the world by Sunday the 15th. Now, Jupiter is going to trine Uranus, and really, it's good to kind of break routine, I suppose, when that happens. That's perhaps the best way of putting it. Success is more likely to come if you do something off the wall. Something you've been planning. I'm not just saying kind of go wild and do the first thing that comes into your head. But breaking a routine is a really positive thing to be doing on Sunday. And that is really going to add to just to the kind of general craziness of life, the general way things work. A quick word, and I don't know why, but I'm just drawn to say this, so I will, right? But Uranus is retrograde at the moment. I said a few weeks ago that there wasn't anything retrograde, and I'm afraid I got that wrong. Uranus is retrograde. I go so quick, I forget things at these times. And Uranus has a lot to do with kind of sudden changes we don't expect. I can't find my notes here. Isn't that typical? But look, the thing is, that is actually going backwards at the moment, so we're less likely to see crazy shake-ups, and that is really the point of what I wanted to say. Uranus is retrograde right through until the 10th of January 2020, so that's going to be the case right through Christmas, right through the holiday period, and it's kind of a background influence, Uranus. You know, it's a long way away in the solar system, and it tends to be felt quite subtly, but something to be aware of, no doubt, because it popped into my head. I'm like that. I'm a psychic. I do readings, that kind of thing. And you know, if anybody would like a reading, give me a shout. I'm afraid there's a small fee involved. There just kind of has to be. I'm afraid it's the way it goes. And I've got to value what I do, so I'll give that to you guys as well. Value what you do, especially right on Saturday or Sunday when we get that Leo moon. That's a really important time to value what you do, because you're not going to be able to showcase yourself and your ideas to the world if you don't actually value that. So value that as much as you can, friends. Meanwhile, Friday the 13th, well, it's a scary name, it's a scary number, but it's just, you know, it's a good thing to make movies about and a good thing to write scary books about. It's a bit like ghost stories, you know, everyone's kind of scared of ghosts. But when you're a spiritualist, as I am, you sort of realise that it's all, you know, it's actual pure love, it's pure light, really. And, you know, it's advice, it's guidance, and it's a feeling of love coming from the other side of things. Ghosts is just a very scary way of looking at it, which sells books. So don't believe the hype, basically. And that's another thing playing into that Leo moon that we are coming towards, so we will be aware of that. But today, Friday the 13th, you know, things are likely to be nurturing, things are likely to be enhanced, and any jealousies that come up as Venus conjuncts Pluto today as well are likely to be short-lived jealousies. So just kind of, you know, bite your tongue, don't say too much, and better conditions will be along soon. They're quite positive already, though. On that rather positive note, have a fabulous weekend, my friends. I'll see you again very soon. If you're watching on YouTube, thumbs up, please. Hit the subscribe button. I've got to try and keep this channel growing. There is talk of cutting out channels that don't get lots of views. Share me around the internet if you can. Leave me a comment, guys. It's really great to leave the comment, to read the comments, actually. And good luck to you, Kim, out there. Hope you're feeling better out there in San Francisco. And I hope you make it here as well at Christmas time. And, you know, good luck. happy thoughts to everyone out there, because it's when we've had this political upheaval that we've had, it's very easy to get down about it. But whatever the politicians are saying, whatever the politicians are doing, it's real people that make life tick. And real people, generally speaking, just aren't evil, you know. So don't worry about a thing. And have a grand weekend. I'll see you again very soon. Peace.